Iceland, the land of fire and ice. For many, traveling to Iceland is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. However, knowing what to do in Iceland and taking advantage of your time can be challenging, with so many options available. If you are preparing to travel to Iceland, these Iceland travel tips will help you along the way. Now let's talk about the currency. The currency in Iceland is the Icelandic krona. 100 Icelandic krona is about $1. Icelanders usually pay for everything by credit or debit card. Payment with cards use the chip and pin method. Languages easily spoken in Iceland are Icelandic and English, especially in the main tourist areas. Let's begin from the airport. Iceland's International Keflavik Airport is roughly 50 kilometers away from the capital city. The drive from the airport to Reykjavik takes around 40 to 50 minutes. If you only have a short amount of time to travel in Iceland but want to get out of Reykjavik, consider renting a car to drive the Golden Circle. So what is the Golden Circle? The Golden Circle is a tourist route in southern Iceland, covering about 300 kilometers looping from Reykjavik into the southern uplands of Iceland and back. It is the area that contains most tours and travel-related activities in Iceland, and your first stop is Thingvellir National Park. Thingvellir is a national park in southwestern Iceland, about 40 kilometers northeast of Iceland's capital, Reykjavik. Thingvellir is one of the most popular tourist destinations in Iceland. Thingvellir does not have entrance fee, but if you travel by car, you must pay a parking fee. The ticket is $7, valid for the whole day. Our next stop, Gullfoss Waterfalls. Gullfoss, or the Golden Waterfall, is one of the best-known landmarks or national wonders in Iceland. There is no admission or entrance fee to view or walk around the Gullfoss Waterfall, and parking at the parking lot is also free. Very close to Gullfoss Waterfalls is Brúarlóð Canyon, just 12 kilometer distance, so this is a perfect to add on to your Golden Circle self-driving tour. Brúarlóð Canyon is a hidden gem that many visitors miss out, despite it lying conveniently close to waterfall Gullfoss and the geyser area, as well as the other Golden Circle locations. The canyon is curved and shaped by the powerful White River, only about 3 kilometers upstream from Brúarlóð. The river is deep, narrow, and fast-flowing. There is a car parking area, which indicates that you have reached the last motor-accessible road, and from there, continue to hike towards the canyon.
Are you tired? Too tired?
Less than 6 kilometers from Brúarlóð Canyon, you can visit the famous Ísþjóðar Geyser. Ísþjóðar is a place where nature manifests all its power. An exciting and always different show that is repeated many times a day, and therefore impossible to miss. Access to the geyser is totally free, and visitors can get quite close, but there is of course a safe distance to respect. Ísþjóðar Geyser is the most active geyser in Iceland, and erupts naturally every 4 to 10 minutes. It usually erupts up to 15 or 20 meters. We book a guest house less than 3 kilometers from the Ísþjóðar Geyser. Iceland has some of the most charming family-run guest houses and cottages scattered across the country. If you are driving around the ring road, one of my top Iceland travel tips is to scope out a cabin for a night. Compared to hotels, they are some of the more affordable accommodation options. Day 3. from Geyser to Skogafoss waterfalls. The driving distance between Österkår to Skogafoss is 139 km. It takes approximately 1 hour 48 minutes. Most of the roads that you will be driving on in Iceland are paved. The speed limit is 90 km per hour. Each direction has just one lane, and there is often very little shoulder on either side of the road. Plan ahead. Iceland is really unpredictable in terms of weather and road conditions and all of the things. You can walk right up to the waterfalls, but if you do, be prepared to get a little wet. Skogafoss Falls is one of the biggest waterfalls in Iceland, with a drop of 60 meters and a width of 25 meters. Hiking is one of the best ways to see Iceland if you follow this one important rule: don't step on the moss. You will see a lot of lush green moss covering the hillsides and bordering the many hiking trails in Iceland. And while it might be tempting to reach out and feel that intriguing moss, it's important to resist the temptation. In fact, touching the moss is the big mistake most people make while hiking in Iceland for the first time. Next destination, Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon. You need to start to drive early. This is a full-day road trip that can take up to 5 hours with no stops from Reykjavik. Fill up your gas before leaving. Gas stations are not easy to come by. If Jökulsárlón is your last stop for the day and you're looking to have a leisurely visit, plan to spend about 4 hours there. This will allow plenty of time to enjoy the sights, go on a boat ride, eat lunch, and spend some time at Diamond Beach. This was our first time witnessing glaciers, and it was a pretty amazing moment. People always ask if the drive to Jökulsárlón is worth it, and my answer will always be yes. After a long drive and exciting day, it was time to check into our guest house. Located just 12 kilometers from Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon, let me show you our beautiful guest house with waterfalls in the back.
Good morning, Doña Carmen.
Good morning, sister.
Day 4. From here in Reynivellir, we will travel to the capital of Iceland, Reykjavik. Our target itineraries are the Black Sand Beach, Wreck Plain, and the Carried Crater. First stop, Black Sand Beach in Vik. Driving time approximately 2.5 hours to 3 hours from Jökulsárlón Glacier Lagoon. Reynifsfjara is the most famous black sand beach in Iceland. Iceland is a very volcanic country. The reason that there are black sand beaches in Iceland is because the sand is ground down from black volcanic rocks formed from lava that has cooled and solidified. No trip to Iceland is complete without visiting this black sand beach. This beach pops up a few times in Game of Thrones as a couple destination north of the Wall and Eastwatch. Iceland features heavily in the hit show and is totally a must-visit for anyone keen on seeing the filming location in real life. Second stop, the abandoned DC plane on Solher Masandur. The scenery of this white abandoned DC on the totally black sand is quite cool, and the landscape around is pretty amazing too. The site is actually like from a science fiction movie, and is of course a photographer's paradise in every way. The plane crash became popular after being featured in a number of music videos and has been visited by various celebrities. Vehicles are now forbidden to drive there. If you are in a good shape and you love a little hiking, then the walk from the main road to the plane is about 1 hour one way. A recently built car park by the main road allows visitors to leave their vehicles and proceed their way over to the wreck. It's also now possible to take a shuttle bus out to the plane wreck. Third stop, Kerid Volcano. The Kerid crater is located on a private property, so the Kerid crater entrance fee is 400 krona, about $2. The reason why the landowners charge their visitor is to help preserve and protect the crater. This entrance fee allows you to walk around the rim of the volcanic crater. Where the Kerid volcanic crater lake is a stunning and scenic location, there is not much to do other than walking around the crater's rim and going down to the water. Getting late, so we need to travel to Reykjavik to check in and have some special dinner. The Reykjavik food walk is a must because people are always talking about Icelandic food. This is the place to be for those wanting to try traditional Icelandic food. And this outdoor hot dog stand is a must. Day 5, the astonishing Blue Lagoon. The Blue Lagoon is the most popular tourist attraction in Iceland. Every traveler who visits Iceland works a trip to the famous Blue Lagoon into their itinerary. The Blue Lagoon strongly recommends advance reservations as tickets are often sold out, but you can book at the door if necessary. The temperature of the Blue Lagoon is 37 to 40 Celsius. The Blue Lagoon is a maximum of 1.7 meters or 4.7 feet deep. The Blue Lagoon gives you wristbands that connect to your credit card. You can use for purchase while in the water. Before we end, let's explore the capital of Iceland, the Reykjavik. Things to know before visiting this city. It's expensive, but not as bad as you might think. You really don't need cash. You need to book a restaurant. It's really cold and rainy, and daylight hours are short in the winter. And please drive carefully. If you like this video, hit the like button and consider to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.